Yeah, I was just reading the latest article in the Baltimore Sun before I came on. I think the writer said it was the perfect, simple quote. This is just weird. I've got Rob Weinhold with me. He's a crisis management guy, and we'll go into how all of this works and optics, etc. But so
that was amazing. Okay, we have to stop for a minute.
Pause.
There was about 100 people locked outside the gate who were just standing there to hear the national anthem played, which, by the way, was played on tape. They switched to that when they decided they were going to lock out the crowd. But people gathered here to hear the national anthem, maybe want to sneak a peek at the ball, the players playing. And it's a tradition here in Baltimore during the anthem when you say, "Oh, say can you see," for the crowd to chant, "Oh," and we heard a loud "oh" here. So people still trying to have a little bit of normalcy in a very abnormal situation. And as we see in crisis so often, looking to their sports teams as a place to gather.
Saw it in Boston with the Red Sox.
Absolutely. And that was some of the criticism here of the team. Hey, why didn't you open the gates?
Right.
This is where the community comes together. And it just became a safety issue. That's probably something you would be able to speak to.
Rob, good call, bad call?
I think it's a good call. If you look what's happened here over the past couple of days, it's been a very, very trying time for the city of Baltimore. Just 48 hours ago, this city was in a place that it hasn't seen in many, many years, if ever. Last night, a tremendous amount of progress yesterday. Many more resources from the state, but also you had a lot of members of the community, particularly older folks, tug the younger people on the sleeve and say, hey, this isn't the way to handle problems. And very peaceful yesterday, and the curfew that was enacted last evening really, I thought, went flawlessly under the circumstances. A lot of praise to the men and women in the Baltimore Police Department and many other jurisdictions.
Absolutely, and let's hope it continues because we have the citywide curfew, I know, for the rest of the week. But inside of your crisis management mind, right, I mean, it's your job when you have people who want to come to Baltimore, set up business in Baltimore, buy property in Baltimore, how do you keep them, how do you continue, that growth? Because when you see these images on the screen, and let's be real, this is only one blip, this was one evening, and we'll talk about the real issues throughout the rest of the show, but how do you handle that if you're the city?
Well, I'll tell you, providing a safe place to live, work, and raise a family is the #1 responsibility of leadership. But also you have to look through the lens of commerce and economics. And we say in the crisis management circles, crisis costs you 4 things, and generally in this order: time, money, customers, and your career. And many times lives in the worst case of scenarios. And we're dealing with a life-threatening situation, at least over the 48 hours. But I have to tell you, the city's calmed down. People have come together. I think you're seeing the true fiber of Baltimore shine through yesterday and today as they're promoting and enacting peace. And what we heard over here, the chant you heard, was the O that you referred to, which, Baltimore is known for. A different chant than we've heard, and much less important than the things that we're hearing in and around the social issues in this city and many others across the country.
I think we've covered too many of these stories like these, but to see the men out last night and all day yesterday, the love lines is what they called them, the kids handing out water, it really sort of takes your breath away. Let me hit pause on this conversation and go back up to Joe Johns, who has this perfect perch of Camden Yards. Joe?